You can just look right at me.
Okay.
Can you just start by saying and spelling your first and last name? Can you tell me where you're from?
Susan, S-U-S-A-N, Lawless, L-O-L-L-I-S, from Greenville, South Carolina.
And can you tell me a little bit about your experience yesterday? It's probably not what you expected it to be.
No, it wasn't. I was actually 4/10 of a mile from the finish line when the race stopped, and we didn't know what had happened. I heard two loud noises, and I thought it was just like cannons going off in celebration of Patriots Day or something, and we all just stopped, and we thought maybe there was a wreck or something that had just stopped traffic. And a girl near me, her cell phone rang, and her husband or boyfriend told her about the bombs, and we all just panicked because we didn't have cell phones and we couldn't contact anyone, and no one knew where we were. I had friends that were waiting for me near the finish, and I was really worried that something had happened to them. Our legs were sore, we were stiff, and we couldn't move, and we were cold, but that was nothing compared to the people who lost their lives. So we waited maybe about an hour before we were given instructions on what to do. We were told they might reroute the finish line, and finally we were moved to collect their bags, and that was basically it. I was locked out of my hotel for several hours, and we stayed in the subway until we were able to get back into the hotel at night.
In a Subway sandwich shop or
No, in
the
the sub, in the Back Bay train station, whatever that is.
Yeah, the T.
Yeah, the T. So we had no food when we got back into the hotel. The restaurants had stopped serving. So we took some bread from someone else's table to have some food. So that was basically the story. You know, it was really sad. I mean, I'm sorry for the people that were injured and the people that lost their lives, and our disappointment at not being able to finish was nothing compared to that. So it, you know, I guess one day maybe I can come back and do those last 4/10 of a mile.
So close.
I know, so close.
Can you talk a little bit about sort of that time between when you found out what happened and you reunited with your friends and family?
Well, fortunately for me, when the race stopped, I had passed the 25.2 1 mile to go mark, and my husband and his sister and her husband were at the 25-mile marker, and they took my photo, and my Garmin stopped at about 25.76. So while we were standing there waiting on instruction, my husband had actually walked up towards the area that I was at, and we got reunited, and he found them. So I was very fortunate to have them there, because the walk to the baggage pickup was several miles away. We were freezing, and it was so hot that day of the race, I was sunburned, and nothing clothes other than, you know, my race clothes, and the wind had picked up when we came into Boston. So I was very fortunate that I had them with me, because I didn't have a cell phone on me, and they were able to help me get my baggage, and I had a coat to put on, and my husband had on 2 shirts, and he took one of his shirts off and let me wear that. So I was more fortunate than a lot of people in that respect, and it was comforting to know that I had just passed them and that they were alive and they were okay. But I have friends that were supposed to meet me at the corner of Boylston at the finish line to cheer me on, and when I heard about the bomb, I almost had a panic attack, because I was very scared that something might have happened to them while they were waiting for me. And there was a man near me who was stalled at the race who went down. I don't know if it was from exhaustion. I don't know if he had a heart attack or a panic attack, but they were trying to get medics in to help him while we were all standing there waiting. So it's certainly one of those stories that you'll always be able to tell when someone talks about the marathon. But it was my first time to Boston, my first marathon, and I really loved the course. It was exciting. It's the most exciting, exhilarating marathon I've ever run. Tough on the quads with those hills and moving at the end, but maybe I'll get to come back one day on it again.
I hope so. Just finally, can you just talk about like walking around today and seeing everyone wearing their race jackets and their medals, and kind of that feeling you get?
It was great to see people walking around with the medals and the jackets on, and I was really happy for the people who actually got to cross the line. I really had looked forward to that exhilarating experience of actually coming the last stretch of 0.2 miles and hearing the cheering from the fans. And I envied them for that, but I was happy for them too at the same time. But it's been kind of surreal here today. My husband and I have been looking out the window of the hotel. We're actually staying at the West of Potley Square. So once we got into the hotel last night, we weren't allowed to floodlight this morning. We didn't venture out until about 1, but it's totally, like I said, I've never been here before, and the weekend leading up to the marathon, so crowded. People were everywhere. Today, just walking through the malls and stuff, there's hardly nobody around. It's kind of sad. So,
Well, thank you very
thank
much.
you very
I
much.
appreciate it. Get home safe.
Okay, thank you.